Attention everyone! Once again, welcome back to Fanfic Fandom Fridays. This is your neighborhood watch committee signing off.
I don't know why everybody complains about the neighborhood watch committee. I love those guys. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fandom Fridays. And see, I was telling the truth. I'm not doing another Sailor Moon fic this time. That's next week. No, this week we're doing She-Ra, Princess of Power. I haven't given this a full read-through yet, so I don't know how this fic will do, but it might turn out to be awesome. So, let's see how well this works. We here at Treeberry Memorial Library are proud to present The End, a She-Ra and Princess of Power fanfic by Tiki Blue. Thank you. Enjoy. Ooh, how many trees this time? Cal asked while fluttering above the head of the newest rebel, watching Madame Raz and Broom make one of their famous horrible landings. I guess six, the new girl said. She was from a neighboring village, but unlike most of the rebels, her only special skill was an amazing amount of courage. 6? Really? Bo said, approaching from behind him. The girl pointed to a batch of sapling 6, to be exact. Madame Raz's shouts of derisons could be heard above. Bo had found Mid scrapping with a bunch of Hordai's henchmen on the outskirts of her village. Seeing her courage, he invited her to join the rebellion. She had made herself at home so far, but she still had many members of the rebellion to meet, including the former force captain. Madame Raz picked the exact moment to land among the saplings, unfortunately not crushing many too badly. Oh dear my! Madame Raz exclaimed, her head spinning. Broom wasn't too impressed either. Miss chuckled. As much as they practiced their landings, they never got any better. So how long before Adora gets back? Madame Raz doubted as she untangled herself from the trees. Adora and Glimmer had gone to help one of the cities on the outskirts of Etheria. But Glimmer, not knowing Adora's secret, meant that he had to walk, not fly like he usually did to cover great distances. Still another week, Bo replied. You couldn't tell he didn't want her to be gone that long. Hey, where'd the cow go? Bo asked. Mid shrugged in response. Truth was, she had no idea where the busy little coward went to. The group began to prepare for their next cat and the night supper. 1 week later. Needless to say, both Adora and Glimmer were relieved to be back in the protection of the Whispering Woods. Adora was looking forward to seeing Bo again. 1 week was a long time to go without seeing your unofficial boyfriend. She was hoping she could snuggle up in his arms and fall asleep like they had done in the last few nights. Of course, she would die if anyone else knew that, so not even her best friend Glimmer knew. In the beginning, Adora had no interest in Bo. He always felt the need to save her, though as She-Ra was usually the one to save him. He had been too full of himself, perhaps, getting constantly shown up by She-Ra had mellowed him. What had also affected her decision was her abandonment by Seahawk. She had been interested in him until he cheated on her. Though it was a few months ago, the scars were still fresh. Thinking of him still brought tears to her eyes, which Glimmer noticed. Seahawk again? Adora gave a nod of her head. Forget about him. At least you still have Bo. Glimmer then shot ahead on Bo's horse Arrow to the rebellion camp. Adora was baffled by what Glimmer had meant. Had she seen them together, or just bugging her, it was no secret that Bo liked her. She was glad that her friends approved of a relationship with Bo more. Her breakup with Seahawk had been messy and public. Him kissing another girl in front of everyone had made it obvious that he no longer loved her. There was even a horrible rumor that he had been dating the girl while he was supposed to be with her. It was probably true, as he had engaged in less than a week after their breakup. Adora stopped to wipe her eyes before heading to the small supper at camp. She had a talk with Spirit first, though. He assured her that Seahawk was a jerk, if Bo was what she deserved. She walked in to see her friends, and a new face huddled around the fire. A new girl was explaining something. All listened intently. Apparently something about a different world. Earth, was it? Uh-oh. Oop. No. I can handle this. she might not be a Mary Sue. I mean, she's just a girl, an OC from Earth, and even though it's been established that it takes a lot of effort to get to Etheria or Eternia, travel from Earth to Eternia is not that troubling. So let's continue. He quickly introduced the new girl to Adora. Miz shook out to shake hands. I've heard so much about you, Miz smiled, and I'm glad to join the rebellion. I'm trying to be nice during these libraries. I really am. Now, just wait till you meet She-Ra, Bo said excitedly, still not connecting that the two women he loved were the same person. Though his crush on She-Ra was quickly diminishing, he was getting to know Adora better. Adora sat down on one of the logs around the fire, trying to join in on the fun. Her previous sadness still hung with her, though. It appeared that Miz was telling stories of her antics and of her life on her home planet. Everyone was having a good time, even the Twiglets. Miz was telling a very entertaining story of the time she and her friends and the rest of their high school class went to beach for that day. Miz was amused, and everything that was so ordinary to her fascinated them. Of course, everything in this world fascinated her. The blue and pink leaves, the Twiglets, they begged her so much that she also told a camping story. By then, it was definitely bedtime. What fascinated her most, though, was a mysterious woman Bo told her about. She-Ra! The attack the next day went exactly as planned. They surrounded the horde and took them down. Bo was almost shot in the shoulder by his own arrow. A horseman had reflected the arrow. She-Ra had to save him again from that close call. The new girl Miz was extraordinarily helpful. She even caught a horseman who was trying to escape. She tricked him into the nearby lake. This village they were freeing from the horde was the same one though Miz came from. Turns out she had been just a wandering tower from another planet. Miz recognized one of the horsemen. The village they were freeing from the horde was the same one though Miz came from. Miz recognized one of the horsemen earlier. She stuck up behind him and stole back her sword that was on his back. Care to mess with me now? Miz yelled at the horde. She-Ra had to grab her back. I think they had their fill for today. The rebels, after a small celebration, began the long trek back to Whispering Woods. She-Ra and Swiftwind flew back to their rebel base. With so many rebels gone, she had to be sure their base was safe. She also needed time to think. It was hard, said she still loved Seahawk. She had never been happier than when Seahawk had said he liked her, putting aside her fear that he liked She-Ra better. Their walk together had been one of the happiest times together, and only compared to the excitement of meeting her real family after so many years. Tears still clouded her eyes. A part of Adora accepted the truth, and they were done forever, but the rest of her wished they could still be together. Most of her wished he was under a spell, like she had been during her years as a force captain. What she needed was for someone to know the truth, to know both sides and understand, to help her get through the rough patch. Someday, she would have a best friend who understood her. Madame Rouse and Cal were alright, but they didn't have the all-too-human heart that both Adora and She-Ra possessed. Her big question, though, was, how could she settle for second best? Hun, you've got talent. You've got skill. This fic, I'm not gonna lie to you people. It's decent. It's got a small setup, but you want to know the type of chapters that when you could tell that I'm not going to do a chapter, how to tell if I'm not going to continue a story, or how I'm going to not continue a story, multi-chapter fic? It's this one. It's this type. I'm sorry, other people might like it, but Adora's been turned into a simpering wimp in this fic. Plots are played out but never explained. Miz isn't a well-developed character, maybe she will, and some of the grammatical and spelling errors of this are just... it hurts. It hurts badly. But maybe you guys might like to enjoy it yourselves. Maybe you might find something you can enjoy. I recommend you guys go ahead and read for yourselves and complete the rest of the story. Till then, join me next week when we do the grand finale of the Luniverse and the epilogue chapters. And then Wednesday. Well, I'll give you a trailer of what's up to Wednesday. Let me just say, be prepared to get your socks rocked off because we're about to do one of my favorite Rainbow Dash picks. Oh, this is going to be so exciting. See you next time.